Welcome to Tropical Tales, where we bring coastal history to life. Today, we dive into the captivating story of Malindi, Kenya's coastal gem with a past stretching over 1,000 years, marked by ancient kingdoms, explorers, sultans, colonizers, and a modern tourism boom. Malindi's story begins between the 5th and 10th centuries, when Bantu-speaking communities settled along the Kenyan coast. These early inhabitants lived off fishing, farming, and coastal trade. As Arab and Persian traders arrived, cultural blending occurred, laying the foundation for the Swahili identity, an Afro-Arabic culture rooted in Islam, commerce, and seafaring life. Malindi began to grow quietly, trading items like ivory, tortoiseshell, and iron with merchants from the Middle East and India. The people constructed coral stone houses and mosques, using dhow ships to navigate the Indian Ocean. Though still small, Malindi's position made it a natural stopover for traders. Over these centuries, it evolved from a local fishing village into a connected settlement along a growing trade route. Its language, culture, and religion transformed, preparing it to become one of the coast's most important city-states in the centuries to come. By the 11th century, Malindi had emerged as a dominant Swahili city-state. Strategically positioned on the Indian Ocean, it thrived through long-distance trade. Malindi traded ivory, mangrove poles, slaves, and spices with merchants from Arabia, Persia, India, and China. The city developed a centralized leadership under a local sultan, and Islam became firmly rooted in daily life. Its prosperity was built on diplomacy, especially with foreign powers. In 1414, the Chinese admiral Zheng He visited Malindi, and in 1498, Vasco da Gama arrived. Malindi welcomed the Portuguese explorer and even provided a skilled navigator for his journey to India. This alliance briefly elevated Malindi above rival city-states like Mombasa. Coral stone mosques, palaces, and bustling markets showcased the city's wealth. It became a cultural and commercial beacon along the Swahili coast. During this golden age, Malindi was respected not just for its economy, but also for its openness and global outlook. Malindi's fortunes began to wane in the 16th century. Though it had allied with the Portuguese, this partnership brought instability. The Portuguese favored their own forts and cities, especially Mombasa, diverting attention and investment away from Malindi. Meanwhile, the rise of Omani Arab power along the coast further weakened the town's influence. Trade routes shifted, rival cities gained dominance, and Malindi's role in commerce diminished. Political infighting and economic stagnation followed. By the 1700s, Malindi had nearly faded into obscurity. Its coral structures began to crumble, its population declined, and many residents moved inland or southward. Piracy increased, and trade with foreign merchants became infrequent. For almost 2 centuries, Malindi became a forgotten coastal outpost, its former greatness buried beneath ruins and overgrown paths. Though its name endured, its streets were quiet, waiting for a leader to restore what had been lost. In the mid-1800s, Sultan Majid of Zanzibar saw Malindi's strategic value and ordered its revival. Under his leadership, the nearly abandoned town was resettled with Swahili, Arab, and Mijikenda families. The Sultan offered incentives like land grants, encouraging traders and farmers to return. Zanzibar, which controlled most of the Kenyan coast, re-established Malindi as a trading post for ivory, spices, and slaves. New coral mosques were built, and Islamic schools reopened. While smaller than before, Malindi became active again, attracting dhow merchants and reviving traditional Swahili architecture. Connections to Zanzibar boosted its economic life, and its coastal position once again drew travelers and commerce. Sultan Majid's efforts laid a fresh foundation, reintroducing governance, religion, and commerce. Though no longer a regional powerhouse, Malindi was alive once more. This era marks the town's rebirth after nearly 200 years of decline and neglect, shaping its modern Swahili identity. In 1895, the British declared the East Africa Protectorate, bringing Malindi under colonial rule. Although overshadowed by Mombasa and Nairobi, Malindi became an important local administrative center. The British built roads, introduced taxes, and promoted cash crop farming, especially coconuts, maize, and sisal. Missionaries opened schools and churches, introducing Western education and Christianity, while maintaining indirect rule through Swahili elites. The colonial system altered land ownership, limiting locals' access to ancestral territories. Though some development occurred, most economic benefits favored settlers. Traditional industries like fishing and coastal trade persisted, but under British regulation. Malindi's Islamic and Swahili identity remained strong, even under foreign control. Resistance simmered quietly until the independence movement gained momentum in the mid-20th century. By then, Malindi was a small but significant colonial town, blending African traditions, Islamic heritage, and European governance in a complex coastal identity that would evolve again after independence. World War II reshaped Malindi's economy. The British military used the town for logistical support, building roads and airstrips that later boosted development. After the war, peace and global economic changes sparked a coastal renaissance. Malindi attracted attention from European investors, particularly Italians, who were charmed by its beaches, reefs, and warm climate. By the 1950s, it transformed into a resort town. Italian entrepreneurs opened hotels, restaurants, and private villas, introducing European luxury to the Swahili coast. Fishing, curio trading, and boat tourism expanded. Malindi became known as the Italian Riviera of East Africa. Its blend of old Swahili charm and modern convenience drew celebrities, artists, and travelers. The boom created jobs and reshaped the economy, turning Malindi into a leisure destination. While this growth brought income and visibility, it also raised questions about cultural preservation and land use, issues that remain part of the town's identity today. After Kenya gained independence in 1963, Malindi became part of Kilifi County under a devolved governance system. Local government transitioned from colonial administrators to elected councils. Today, the Kilifi County Assembly, along with the national government, manages services like healthcare, roads, and environmental planning. Traditional Swahili leadership, such as clan elders and religious leaders, continues to play a role in community matters. The county government partners with civil society groups, local NGOs, and community associations to address education, water access, and tourism planning. Public participation is growing, especially through youth councils and conservation initiatives. Marine parks, waste management, and historical preservation are key local issues. Governance in Malindi blends modern Kenyan law with Swahili customs, producing a unique system rooted in both tradition and democracy. Though challenges like corruption and resource inequality persist, Malindi's governance model continues to evolve with the region's changing social and economic needs. Malindi's economy is driven by tourism, fishing, agriculture, and trade. Tourism is the backbone, supported by beach resorts, diving tours, marine parks, and cultural festivals. Italian and European visitors dominate the market, sustaining hotels, restaurants, and boutique shops. Fishing remains vital, employing thousands who catch snapper, tuna, and octopus. Artisan crafts like wood carvings, beadwork, and Swahili textiles are sold to both locals and tourists. Nearby rural areas grow crops such as maize, cassava, mangoes, and coconuts, supplying town markets and hotels. Salt harvesting, boat building, and seaweed farming also support the local economy. Recently, real estate has surged due to foreign demand for beachfront property. Tech entrepreneurs and digital nomads are beginning to arrive, adding a modern twist to Malindi's economy. Despite this diversity, unemployment and income inequality are challenges. Yet, Malindi continues to adapt, balancing heritage with innovation to shape a resilient coastal economy for the future. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Malindi's past. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coastal history lovers. Until next time, keep exploring with us.